What's going on, everyone? Welcome on into Falcons Today. I am filming from my wife's great aunt's guest bedroom outside of Pittsburgh, PA. But today we're going to talk all about Bijan Robinson. And I'm just going to be completely transparent with you right now from the start. It's going to be a jerk fest for Bijan. A new ESPN article came out that ranked the top 10 running backs, not by ESPN, but by polling people that work in the NFL, coaches, coordinators, execs, GMs, things like that, and a little bit of media members along the way, I believe, too. But regardless, and it ranked the top 10 RBs. And ESPN has done this for a few summers now, where they rank the top 10 in different position groups. And the first position group to drop was running backs. And Robinson for the Atlanta Falcons came in at, drumroll please, number 4. Last year, he was unranked. So a huge jump for the former top 10 pick who is now going into his 3rd season with the NFL. So I want to talk about what these execs and inside people had to say about the Falcons star running back, my thoughts on the whole situation, and what the highlights were from this article that I think you guys will enjoy hearing. So let's comb through the facts a little bit. We'll start off by looking at the top 10 rankings. So, no surprise coming in at number 1, Saquon Barkley. Not here to argue that. He was unbelievable last year. Number 2, Derrick Henry. I continue to be on the wrong side of history when I continue to believe Derrick Henry's age is going to catch up to him this year. I thought it would happen last year. Nope, he was fantastic for the Ravens. So, I'm just done betting against Derrick Henry. So he comes in at number 2. Number 3 is kind of where things start to open up a little bit. And you get Jahmyr Gibbs from the Detroit Lions. Gibbs has been a fantastic two-way back for the Lions so far as a rusher and a receiver. Robinson comes in at number 4, and I think you can make solid arguments to flip-flop those two, but I got no real qualms with putting Gibbs at 3 and Robinson at 4. I think if you're mad about that, then you just kind of want to be mad because you're just looking for reasons to find as evidence that your team has been disrespected yet again. It's one positional difference, and Gibbs has had an outstanding resume. He was great last year for the Motor City. Robinson was outstanding for the Falcons last year, but I'm not here to get caught up in the difference between 3rd and 4th in a top 10 ranking. So, Bijan flies in at number 4. First off, show the guy some love. Drop a 7 down below in the comment section. I lied earlier. Last year, Robinson was ranked 6. I'm sorry. The lowest ranking he got amongst the pollsters was unranked. So someone from New Orleans, Carolina, or Tampa put him unranked just to send a little jab over to ATL. But last year, sorry about that, Robinson came in at number 6. This year, he comes in at number 4. His highest ranking by someone was 1st place. So clearly they asked Terry Fontenot, what do you think of Bijan Robinson? Because as much as I love Bijan, I think he's outstanding, I'd still put Barkley ahead of Robinson at this point. Maybe not next year or the year after that, but for now, yeah, you got to go with the guy coming off a 2K season. But as for what the, NFL coaches had to say about number 7, I loved this quote, and I'll read it out to you right now, and I can throw it on screen as well. Size, speed, acceleration, pass game, value, breaks tackles, can hit home runs, and NFL coordinators said he's a nightmare to prepare for. And he's spot on. Like, if you really want to nitpick, Robinson might not be like the most elite goal line, bowling ball type back who can just push a pile forward. We've seen Tyler Algier adapt that role more, but I'm still comfortable giving Robinson the ball on 4th and 1. He's just not going to be a Hall of Famer 4th and 1 type of running back. But man, you put him in any other situation too, and he is a nightmare to prepare for, right? I'm talking 1st and 10. You can utilize him in a stretch play. You can run him up the middle. You can just have him drop back in pass protection and then release out to the flat to take a little check down from his quarterback. So good luck preparing for him personnel-wise on 1st and 10, knowing he can do anything in the playbook at that point. A lot of running backs, when they come out on 1st and 10, teams can have a better idea as the game progresses and as the season progresses what to expect, right? We see this often with wide receivers. Let me give a better example. You can have a speed demon, 4.3 40 wideout, but every time they come on the field, the defense knows, well, they're definitely not going to ask him to run block because that is not his specialty. So if he's on the field, he's only going to run 1 or 2 routes. So our safety knows not to get suckered underneath because he is just a speed demon down the boundary. So as the year progresses, his, strength starts to get neutralized because teams know what he is going to do. Running backs can fall into that same bucket. Whereas the year progresses, when they see Tyler Algier come out there, the linebacker's not thinking, oh boy, I'm in for it. He's going to run a wheel route on me. No, he's like, this guy's either going to take something up the middle or he's there for pass protection. So either way, I'm not concerned about my coverage responsibility. I don't know what you do as a linebacker or a safety if you're assigned to Robinson on 1st and 10. He could do anything with the ball in his hands. And what is even scarier for defenses is he's just scratching the surface. And he's gotten better as the years and the weeks have gone on. And going into year 3, I think he's going to be right there with what Barkley put up last year. A guy who can get 1,600 yards, who can rush for 10, 11, 12 touchdowns. And then receiving wise, 500 yards, 5 or 6 touchdowns. We're talking 20 touchdowns from the line of scrimmage, 2,000 to 2,100 yards total. Robinson is unbelievable to watch. And Falcons fans know this, and other teams know this now too after year 2. But still, it's not going to wear off on me that the Falcons have just a stud, and there's no other way to put it, at tailback. Few more just notes from this ESPN article, and then I'll let you guys get on with the rest of your Monday. So Robinson was voted among the top 3 on half. Robinson was voted among the top 3 on half the running back ballots casted for these rankings, but fell just short of Gibbs. His 365 touches last year ranks 2nd behind Barkley at 375. Young Falcons quarterback Michael Penix will need similar reliability in 2025. Given all this, Robinson is totally justifiable as a number 1 or number 2 pick in the fantasy draft. All right, no one cares about your fantasy team, but yeah, Robinson's going to be awesome in round 1 for whatever team, whichever of you guys get him. But overall, coming in at number 4 ahead of Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara. I know that when you use a top 10 pick on a running back, it's not going to sit over with everyone super well, and people are going to have issues with it. It's too expensive an investment. You can find a good running back in the 5th or 6th round. Can you? I've always been on this team of, and people are starting to hop aboard now, running backs are important. They touch the football more than any other skilled position does. You get what you pay for. You might be able to find a gem in round 7, but let's comb through that top 10 again. You ready? Saquon Barkley, top 5 draft pick. Derrick Henry, 2nd round pick. Gibbs, 1st round pick. Bijan, 1st round pick. McCaffrey, top 10 pick. Josh Jacobs, 1st round pick. Jonathan Taylor, 2nd round pick. James Cook, 3rd round pick. Joe Mixon, 2nd, 3rd round pick. Alvin Kamara, 3rd round pick. Just going off the top of my head, all 10 players taken in at least the top 3 rounds. So, at the time, people questioned why Atlanta used such a valuable draft pick on a running back. And I'm here to say, you get what you pay for. And for everyone that says, well, look at what the payroll was for Super Bowl winning teams and their running backs the past 5 years. All right, cool. Those quarterbacks are Patrick Mahomes. Do you think he needs a great running back? No. So unless you have a Patrick Mahomes or another unbelievable quarterback, you might want to have a really good running back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate everyone for hanging out with us throughout, the 4th of July weekend and going into it's kind of like I don't know about you guys, but ultimate lull this morning going, all right, I guess I can't just drink 15 domestic Bud Lights or domestic beers and a bunch of hot dogs and just be a degenerate anymore. Got to get back to being a contributing member of society. So That's going to do it for us. I'll see everyone later.